The GRE is a test required for admission to U.S. graduate schools. Student scores in the quantitative portion follow a normal distribution with a mean of 150 and a standard deviation of 8.8. Suppose n equals 16 randomly selected students take the GRE on the same day. What is the probability that one randomly selected student scores above 147 on the quantitative portion of the GRE? So since this particular part of the problem is not referring to those 16 students, we're just going to do this problem like we would for chapter 7. So we have our curve here and the mean of 150. We're looking at 147 and we want above, so we're looking at this shaded region here. So we're looking at the probability that x is greater than 147. So we're going to do normal CDF 147, comma 1E99, comma 150, comma 8.8, and see what we get here. So second vars 2, 147, comma 1, second comma will give us the E, 99, comma 150, comma 8.8, close parenthesis, enter. So this is approximately 0.6334. So the next part, we're asked to describe the sampling distribution of the sample mean for the quantitative GRE scores for the 16 students. So, since the scores on the quantitative portion of the GRE follow normal distribution, we know that the sampling distribution of the sample mean is also normal. So let's calculate the mean of the sampling distribution of the sample mean. So that's going to be mu sub x bar, and remember that's equal to the population mean, so in this case that's 150. And then we want to calculate the the standard deviation of the sampling distribution sample mean, so sigma sub x bar, and that's going to be equal to the standard deviation over the square root of n. We also call this the standard error. So that's going to be 8.8 divided by the square root of 16. So 8.8 divided by 4. 8.8 divided by 4 is 2.2. So now we can say that the sampling distribution of the sample mean for the quantitative GRE scores is normal with a mean of 150 and a standard deviation of 2.2. So the next part here, we're going to know what is the probability that a random sample of 16 students, so now referring to that in the problem, has a mean score on the quantitative portion of the GRE that is less than 147. So a couple key things here that tell us we're working with the sampling distribution in the problem is this is a random sample of 16 students, And it also says, what's the probability that it has a mean score? So now we're looking for the probability that X bar is less than 147. We're going to use X bar when we're talking about trying to find the probability that we're looking for a mean here. So this is going to be, so we're going to draw our curve here. So we still have a mean of 150, but our standard deviation is now, so remember we're looking at mean X bar and sigma sub X bar, and we had 150 and 2.2. So this was 152.2, and we're looking at the sampling distribution of X bar, and so if we do 150 minus 2.2, we're looking at 147.8 here. So if we want to look at 147 or less, we're going to talk about this region here. Right? So we're going to look at normal CDF negative 1E99, comma 147, comma the mean of the sampling distribution, which is 150, and the standard deviation of the sampling distribution, which is 2.2. You can see how that changes here. So let's do that and see what we get. So second vars, 2, negative 1E99, comma 147, comma 150, comma 2.2, and we get 0.0863 there. And last part, so we want to look at what is greater than that. So we can just do 1 minus that value. The probability that X bar is greater than 147. Right, so we can do 1 minus the probability that X bar is less than 147. It's not exactly complements, but the probability that X equals a number when we're talking about the normal distribution is 0. So these are complements, in fact, here. So do here what we just got. So we subtract there 1 minus 0.0863. We get 0.9137 there.